Hey, folks, I'm the Mysterious JG.
Hey, I'm Bobo the Vulture.
He's still here, folks, assuming this video gets completed and goes public. Um, and even if it doesn't, he was here. So now we are, after a lot of doddering around and being frustrated both by my gameplay inadequacy and technical issues with the PC, we finally got to this next plot point. Offline, Bobo and I talked about how what I really love about the character of Mama is that even with camera control, you can't get a panty shot of her. She's basically presented as being a
Normal
competent
human
human being who happens to have, presumably, the lady parts. Anyway, that being said, let's figure out what the next... Well, let's go in and see. Probably as soon as I even go in and interact with this thing, I'll trigger 8 more conversations with Dead Man, or Hard Man, Die Hard Man. Or maybe not. Interesting. I thought I was going to have some standard bot deliveries. It does not appear that I have
Alex Weatherstone.
Oh, Kojima.
And I know that I get that this
It
is
can
an
be handy
intentional
just to help
thing,
people
and
remember who
it's-
does what. You know?
Well, it's in theory an intentional thing of humanity is reverting back to the times when families and groups were identified by their profession, which is why
I give
people with
Kojima a
names
lot of
like
credit. That had never even
Cooper
occurred, and
or
I do not think that's what's happening
Schumacher
here.
Oh, well, okay. In that case, I just thought maybe
No,
that's
like
what-
that had not occurred. That might be a thing. I think it might be. That might be a bit of a stretch.
Maybe I'm giving a little bit too much credit.
I think you might. I think you might be. Here we go.
Added a timefall shelter option to your PCC. They're perfect for keeping you and your cargo dry until the weather improves.
And if that is accompanied, that plus the weather forecast is accompanied by a change to the game mechanic where it's not like it does come and go in different areas. Because at this point, generally, there's certain areas that just always have timefall, and there are areas that have the Monstars.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, that it seems so far that there are areas that have timefall, and they're the places you need to go for plot.
Your PCC's leveled up, so to speak.
Bitches.
It now has the capacity to produce more complex structures. I'll let Mama fill you in on the details.
Do we get the do?
Sam.
No.
I've added a safe house schematic to your PCC.
Like we've already mentioned.
It's a fairly large structure, so it'll take a lot of time and materials to build. But once complete, it's pretty much identical to a private room. Give it a shot.
Or I'll be disappointed in you.
Mama looks unhappy.
A floating carrier is a kind of tractor car. Chiral crystals
Kind of
keep
a
it
bumpy
suspended
trot.
in midair, allowing it to move unimpeded over rough terrain.
Oh, nice.
You can load one up with cargo and tow it to your destination with minimal effort. If one's not enough for your needs, you can hook it up to another and take 2. Just keep in mind that carriers require a steady supply of chiral crystals to operate. Make sure you have enough to get where you need to go.
All right, that's interesting because at this point, I know some of the more advanced weapons we haven't come yet are chiral crystal based, but I had been wondering, like, the amount of chiral crystals you're allowed to store at these bases and the things you need to use them for. It doesn't seem like there was really that much need for them, and now I'm finding out why, because they're fuel for what may turn out to be the best fucking thing in the game, like an actual thing that you can load cargo on that you don't have to be driving on a perfectly flat surface to use. And I'm glad we can take more than one. Apparently we can have like a ludicrously stupid daisy chain of these the same way we can have like 10 times our own body height worth of shit that we've got strapped to our back.
Although
That's
don't
what I
go
say,
crazy
alright.
building a ton of them now, because in theory you're going to get level 2 and level 3 versions that'll be able to carry more with less, crystal.
That is
Stuff.
true. And I also need to bear in mind that I should not go chasing waterfalls. That's somehow what you said reminded me of that fact. Let's see
Well, it seems
now
silly
we
to
have
chase
bot
waterfalls if they're, the water that's within them is in constant motion, but the waterfall itself should be in one static location. You should just be able to go to.
No, I think you make a good point, and it's also important to remember that TLC gave us very specific advice on this that should be followed.
Deploying autonomous delivery bot.
All right, I will actually let you see it this time because I had not been thinking about the fact that you haven't. Well, you might have seen this cinematic. But yeah,
Do
these are adorable
Svidanya!
little.
Oh, it's a Russian bot.
Well, it claims to be Russian, but it might actually be a robot who is the son, whether or not he is aware of the boss.
Oh, I thought you were going to be saying, well, he claims to be a Russian bot, but may actually be one of those libs
Chinese
trying
charm
to make
school
something
or-
bad happen to. Oh, this one actually had a bunch of stuff on it. The other one just seemed to kind of go out without that much.
I think so. What you're suggesting is that that this
just a hit
whole
to make things
Russian
look
bot
good.
narrative is just fake news, basically. It's
Yeah,
really
okay.
China. Yeah, that could be. Oh, okay, so one of them I'm just building a safe house.
Rock-a-bye, baby. Well, there you go. For the Timefall farmers. So go to the Timefall farm.
You're doing a great job, Sam.
Yeah, well,
Helped us
ish.
expand the chiral network deep into the mountains. But our colleagues at the weather station still have it rough.
The weather station.
You know as well as anyone how treacherous the roads up there can get.
I hadn't done this
What
before.
roads?
This is fun.
Now, but they still need regular supply runs to survive. We'd like you to build a safe house nearby for other porters handling deliveries.
Because even though the weather station's fucking massive, those guys just won't let you sleep in there.
Not designated as the building site. If it turns out there isn't enough there for our needs after all, you'll have to come up with the rest on your own.
It's going to be a procurement on-site operation. And,
Or a POS operation.
well, I guess the thing is I don't know how much I need.
Well,
If I knew that I don't have enough resources to do this, which seems very likely, then I already know I'm going to have to go back to a prior base, and I might as well take this other mission on at the same time. Oh, no, that's going the wrong direction. Okay, never mind.
yeah, that's Peter Wrongway Peach Fuzz.
Who would be the smartest man in the world if he only had the Crowbar Derby? Okay,
But then again, I guess anybody would. So,
that's pretty much how it works. Yeah, well, unless it's all special alloys with very little of anything else. Yeah, I believe we're about to find out that we don't have enough resources to do this.
well, yeah, because you don't have anything up at this base.
Oh, I'm already supplied with one for the mission. It looks like.
Oh, okay.
I think
Although
so,
you'll
yeah,
get
that's-
over there and it'll just drop down like an auto paver style thing that will like beam in
Wait,
stuff
I
when you
didn't-
feed in enough crap.
I didn't think I made an auto paver.
Well, no, you
Not
haven't.
paver,
I'm just
I
saying that the PCC for this thing will turn out to be something like that, where like you drop it down, and it's like, I will build this for you if you bring me money. I want to spend all
Yes.
your money.
I have one that's
At
just
the
a.
game bar,
Oh, yeah, no, I.
Bob.
Okay, I was just given. So each of these used technologies, I was just given one. I thought I'd accidentally spent resources on this thing at a time where I probably can't spare them.
Well, you know, the economy's pretty tight for everybody these days. People don't remember the economy was bad before the pandemic started, and it has not helped.
Okay. It looks like I'm being given what I need, although it looks like that. But they specifically said that if you don't have what you need, then
Well, you know, go about your business, try to get over there, naturally discover the mission as they intended. They probably intended you to get there and then find out, oh, I don't have this piece of, you know,
Right.
equipment or whatever. And then he'll come on, Die Hard Man will show up on the radio and be like, hey, man, I told you, go get the stuff.
what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
What are you doing? I told you get the stuff. Listen, man, I ain't your friend, buddy.
You're the main man. You suck, man.
Okay, I think I just need to get out of the screen, activate the damn floating carrier, and see if it will carry that shit for me. Because it's not very far. It's a good chance to actually see how the things work. It's not going to eat up all the chiral crystals. So if I'm just... Oh, it doesn't look like it... Doesn't seem like it would be able to carry much at all. Activate carrier. Okay, now I could ride the carrier, which is not what it's for, but it is a thing that I'll need to try at some point. For now, though.
Oh yeah, kind of think of it. I am pretty sure. You know how like every time you rank up, you get a different picture of Sam over there.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure I did see one of him like surfing on some kind of floating hoverboard, like he was fucking Cloud Kicker or something. So presumably that's what he was
I've
doing.
not heard that name in a while.
Oh yeah, Cloud Kicker. He was the.
Was he like the illegitimate son of Baloo and the woman who ran that? Never mind.
I believe he was just supposed to be a charming
orphan
that
kid.
Baloo,
Yeah.
like, I don't know.
Baloo was like helping him out, and then they both end up working for what's her face because she had a daughter. She was a single mom. I don't think they got into that. Like, did your husband leave, or did he get eaten by Shere Khan? Never quite got into that.
I mean, who knows if the husband was ever part of the picture? Like,
no, you're right.
Could have just been that you know, like you don't necessarily need a husband to have a baby. You just need to have a, you know.
All right, let's not get into culture wars here.
Find your way to the building site. Use your map and compass if you don't remember the way. I'll contact you with additional instructions once you get close.
Let's not go culture war here, Bobo. There's people who not only believe you need a husband to be in the picture, but that it's important that he, apply the appropriate amount of physical discipline to both the child and the wife. So let's not question the validity of their terrible opinions. All right, so where am I meant to be? Okay, so there's a construction site. Where is that? How am I meant to find it? It is right here. That's not that hard, GG. Okay.
It's just there's a bunch of like other crap that people put up on the web.
Right, 800.
Likes get likes, and snitches get stitches. Well, I guess it makes sense that people would put a bunch of crap up around where the plot makes you put up a safe house. This all tracks now that you...
Well, there's probably a bunch of like-for-like signs. Those bastards.
There does not appear to be timefall going on right now, so...
No, I thought...
You thought
I could maybe
Tusken Raiders?
No, I thought I could tell where the exact site was with the scan from here, and now I can't. I think I was just a little too far away.
Too bad those things feed on chiral crystals and not battery power, huh?
Yeah, that makes a pretty big difference as to how often you'd want to be using them. I can't imagine myself using them much off-screen.
Yeah.
It's the kind of thing that you use on-screen to just make things more efficient for the viewers, but off-screen you probably don't want to be wasting chiral crystals. And again, I don't know how fast it's using them either.
Makes a cute little chattering sound, huh?
All right, you've made it.
All right.
You good to go, Sam? First, equip your PCC and select Safe House.
Do it.
Well,
shut up.
Do it now.
Oh, there you go.
Nope. It's not a safe house.
You gotta press up and down, I think, to select the type of structure.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. But I somehow
unequipped it.
Then deselected it completely. Let's build a bridge here where they want the safe house.
Safe house. Foundation.
It's printing, guys. I'm excited.
No, I wonder if they're going to be mad because it appears to be slightly outside of the circle in one corner.
Oh, you're right. I actually didn't. It took me took over 20 seconds to build this building. What the fuck?
Sam, you'll want to get those materials over to the safe house sooner rather than later.
Yep.
There's no gameplay reason. I'm just really impatient, Sam.
Yep, it's got one of these B-men guys like the roads.
So I guess it did take more than 20 seconds after all.
Guess it when it's done.
She sucks, man. Okay, they did in fact provide enough. Oh, doesn't want to let me do them at the same time. Okay. Alright, that's fine. Make my menuing more complicated than it needs to be. No problem. Chiral crystals. I'm sure I'll have much longer hauls, and there might be ones with heavier cargo, but that did not appear to be costing me hundreds and hundreds of chiral crystals for that little trip, so that's good. You get a couple of hundred every time you kill one of them big squiddies. The reason I've got over 2,000 is because I've done that a couple of times off screen and had not, up until this point, had a lot of things to use them for. Like, even building, like, the bolo guns and stuff, the weapons, it's taken, like, 10 to 20 at a time. The grenades are a couple of chiral crystals a pop. Anyway, this thing's finally done. God, it took, like, 2 minutes. The fuck?
I can't believe it took this long to build an underground structure I can live in.
He would really not be patient with, I'm blanking on his name, not John Marston, the Red Dead Redemption 2 hero, whose name I'm blanking on now. He would not be patient.
Yeah, the Wookiee.
The Wookiee. Yeah, he would not be patient with Chewbacca and how long it takes for him to start walking when he's been given his instructions. I pleased someone else. That gave me points.
Thank you, Sam.
For saving my life.
This safe house will be a boon to countless others in the long run. I'm not just talking about the porters who'll use it as a stopover on the way to the weather station, but the people they help and the people they help. We're all connected to someone else, Sam. But you'll have the honor of being the first person to rest there.
I'm not doing it now, so I guess nobody gets to rest here for a while.
That's weird. I can't. It's not working the way that I thought it would. Like, I couldn't figure out how to get it to move. Oh, well. I will be the first one with the honor of resting in this hole in the ground. And I will be the first one to try to figure out what button I press to get in there, because it's apparently not the one I've been pressing. Caution, do not enter. Well, I'm entering, sorry.
Deal with it.
Well, look, building, it took you over 2 minutes to be constructed. I'm not taking any more guff.
Sam Porter
This might trigger new Mads Mikkelsen flashbacks. Or BB's flashbacks.
I'm pretty sure you
Mads
only
Mikkelsen,
get those when you hook up to BB on your way up an elevator.
Which will happen when we leave here.
Yeah, when you get out of here, yeah. I might get one. But Sam Porter Bridge is here really at the forefront of the new tiny house trend.
Yeah. I don't understand his like sleeping with his handcuffs only half on.
Well, you know, if you had handcuffs, you'd probably try and get as much of them off as you could when
That is true. Well, I guess what I'm getting at is I don't know why he doesn't just take them
back
off,
on.
but maybe, yeah. Putting them all there, I mean, they're not handcuffs, literally. They're like some kind of weird-ass information. There's Pip-Boy. They're a Pip-Boy that...
Yes.
Yeah. Doesn't have adorable little 50s-inspired cartoon characters.
So this is a lot like your private room in that we didn't want to...
It is your private room.
Or another, you know...
Right.
Space.
Yep.
Or your branded Monster Energy
drink.
It is
a lot. It might be one of those, like, I remember in, I think it was Life, the Universe, and Everything, when Arthur Dent was in a parallel universe that didn't have, like, after Earth was destroyed, he found a parallel universe where there was still an Earth, but it was like, one atom somewhere on the planet is out of place, and you won't be able to live there because it will drive your subconscious mind crazy. There's
something that is not...
There's little toys back there are arranged in a slightly different sequence, and... toys that somehow follow him from safe house to safe house. And he's only allowed to store 3 cars in this safe house. He doesn't get the 5 store. There's no place in this game where you can store that many cars. They start bringing that out later. Let's watch him slowly walk over to BB.
I mean, I get why
what's this
BB
now?
would be. Oh, BB was turning it back to you.
What the fuck, man? I'm trying to crank it here.
Give him the bird.
This is going to go into some weird hallucination where he turns around, he's a monster, so...
Oh, it's going to turn into, yeah.
He's going to turn out to be Dead Man, yeah. Well, he's Heartman. Dead Man's the other guy. Who shows up even less frequently. That was Heartman. So I know I should know this, but who's this? You may or may not have heard about this. I guess I couldn't expect you to necessarily have researched it. Heartman's, like, the body model is a famous dude, and the voice actor is somebody else. They didn't bother to get that guy to do the voicing. They just used him as the basis for the model, which kind of pissed me off, considering that's the reason Dave Hayter wasn't in the Metal Gear Solid 5 games, but whatever. But now I can't remember who it was, like, because I'm going to get the name wrong and be embarrassed, like Guillermo del Toro, or is it the other
Guillermo del Toro.
Guillermo, because there's like another del Toro. Like, I always get Benicio and
Benicio,
Guillermo
yeah.
del Toro mixed up and just kind of feel like a doofus.
I'm not
Well,
that
anyway.
great with...
Yeah, I'm terrible with celebrity names in general. All right, so let's...
Well, the thing is, like,
Come
Guillermo
up.
del Toro is not really...
He's a director primarily.
Yeah,
he's
like,
not,
he
like,
is active
he's not an actor.
before, but he's not, yeah.
Well, yeah, he's an actor, but that's not what he's known for.
Right.
Whereas now I can't see Benicio del Toro in anything without thinking him as like the lisping weird dude from Last Jedi. I guess I got a Star Wars fixation I didn't know about because I've already been told. People have told me, like, you know, Mads Mikkelsen has done some other stuff that's really good other than Rogue One and then Casino Royale. Not in a nasty way, but somebody was like, if that's all you've seen him in, there's other stuff he's been in that's really good. And I'm like, yeah, don't doubt it. But.
Also, I feel like you were saying something about him being ugly.
Well, I mean, ugly's not a kind word, but he definitely has like a distinctive looking face.
Yeah,
And considering how minor his part in this game is, I'm like, is that... Kojima has a big thing about people's faces.
I believe
and
the
using them
term
for
of art that
voice
people use for that is character actor.
I guess. Yeah, no, I mean, I know I kind of said he was ugly, and that wasn't the right way to put it, because I'm not expecting to run into him in the street and have to apologize. But no, that if I did, I would, because that wasn't really the right way to put that.
Well, I mean, if you came up to him in the street and he realized it was you and he remembered what you said, he would sort of turn away for a minute and say, sorry, the rain got in my eyes. Because you'd hurt his feelings so much.
And he would weep taco sauce, as he did in Casino Royale. But ultimately, he'd probably invite me to have a drink to smooth it over, and the drink would be drugged, and I would wake up tied to a wooden chair, and he would have like a length of rope with a knot that he was going to use to destroy my balls. So it would all, in the end, I think he would get some comeuppance or revenge. All right. On that positive note, I guess we'll just get started. I don't think we'll finish it in this video, but we'll get started on what's wheat seed delivery for Timefall farmers. It doesn't look like a long trip. Who knows what kind of crazy shit we'll encounter along the way, because they are now encouraging us to figure out Timefall shelters, so this might be a thing.
Next on your agenda is a visit to a Timefall farm.
That's where we grow Timefall, which is the thing that's destroying everything.
Timefall ages and eventually kills living organisms. But in controlled amounts, Timefall can be used to grow plants at record speed.
That means lunch won't be till yesterday.
Double or triple cropping. The process can yield several years worth of produce in a single 12-month cycle. A couple runs the farm. One used to be an environmental scientist.
They can grow a
So they took an arrow to the knee.
Timefall means to turn the desert soil of void-out craters into arable land.
Which seems stupid, since we can apparently grow years' worth of crops as is without doing that.
The rapid growth. His work
Oh, okay.
caught Amelie's eye when she and her group were heading west. A sprinkle of rain, a burst of growth, and if you cut the water off at just the right time,
Attack!
you've got a farm that functions more like a factory. Our recent advance
Oh, factory farming. That's a thing you want to push, Kojima. Okay.
Well, he did also say that this guy was working with gene modification, which was fine, but then everybody for some reason decided, everybody who was otherwise sold on science being the truth, decided that GMOs were somehow the evil work of Satan.
Yeah, I don't know. That's one where I haven't done the reading. But apparently, there's not a lot of research done into whether GMOs were safe before they started shoving our faces full of them, though.
Oh, I'm so
So I'm
hungry.
like, I'm so hungry. That's definitely one of those where I'm like, I don't want to jump into that because like a lot of people have jumped into it without actually figuring out what the fuck is going on already.
So the
So
time
let's accept this order.
This one sounds like it's a movie.
I'm wondering, do I still have the one that I was given for that last mission? No, they took it away. They took it away.
What? The floating platform?
No, that's a PCC2. I'm sorry, that's different. That's never
PCC2
mind.
you burned up making that.
I used. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I thought they had taken away my transport thingy, and they did not. Okay, so that made okay. I thought that was some bullshit, but it was because I thought I was looking at the transport and I was actually looking at the
You want to look at the
PCC2, which, as you said, was consumed.
transporter.
Transport unsafe.
Transporter was you were trying to look at the transporter actually, but then when you walked up to look through the peephole in the door, he'd already run back and was starting to take a running drop kick at the door to knock you down with it. Because he somehow timed when you were going to be looking at the door.
Well, I mean, he probably worked with the low-res computer from Time Bandits, which told you transport unsafe in the voice of Stephen Hawking. I mean, that's what I'm assuming happened. Oh, yeah, okay, so this is, as you would expect, it's all about crazy. There's now crazy, like, oh my god, the weather's about to get terrible sounds, I'm guessing. Let's throw in a save. Oh, and also, ladies and germs, we've officially hit the point where if my recording setup crashes, we're over 25 minutes. I'm not. If we suddenly stop, like with no outro, it's because we crashed, and I'm not bothering to record to wrap it up. We're just calling it a video wherever this thing
you
ends.
just put a little card there that says.
I don't even know if I'll bother to do that. I've gone renegade now. I don't even give a fuck. So I guess I gotta offload it because it's from the off. Yeah. I think I have to offload before I can activate it. I don't think I can do that from the menu screen. It would appear. So I can attach carrier and open cargo menu. Here we go. So just because we got it, and that's what they're meant to be used for, let's throw some shit on there. These are nowhere near as heavy as what I was carrying last time. So I don't know if that makes a difference or not, but in theory, it won't be eating up as much fuel as it ate last time, which wasn't that much.
Well, if that is indeed what it goes by.
I am thinking that if you're trying to... Wow, you actually...
Good to see you go.
That particular hologram
love
seemed
to
to have
watch you
more
leave.
personality than most of them. It's just like looking at Mama's ass as she leaves. I mean, presumably she has a nice ass, but
Your mom?
she's wearing like pants and it's like I can't even like see it. I don't even know what to make of it. There's no anchoring it a panty shot. I don't know what's going on. I'm confused. Sorry.
Relax, Fragile's here for you.
Yeah, that's true. You can't get a panty shot there either, but she's got like the riding
shiny
leathers that are
hands.
somehow eating into her crack thing going, so...
So the holographic mushrooms, what's up with those?
Somebody explained that in the comments. It marks where people have peed. It serves no gameplay purpose. It's just dumb. That's right. I said it.
I mean, I
This is
guess
dumb.
giving people the opportunity to just pee for no good reason. Like, it doesn't have any positive gameplay effect, right?
There might be.
Does it
Yeah, how
increase
good
your
the games
stamina
are. Like,
to relieve yourself?
there's all sorts
or-
of gameplay mechanics that 99% of the time you're not going to do anything with. Like, you can throw cargoes at mules to disorient them, which is cool because that's something you would be able to do, but it's really not usually going to be the right way to approach things. But yeah, I think maybe like peeing in an area has an effect where the BTs who already have some weird as of yet unexplained. I'm hoping this gets explained eventually. I have some confidence it will get explained. But they have this weird aversion to Sam Bridges' bodily fluids.
Weather is akin to predicting the future. Some animals have a kind of sixth sense.
Is that dead man?
No, that's Heartman.
To avoid danger.
A weather dude?
We have
Okay.
something far better. The ability to gather data and act accordingly. Only humans possess this power to plan ahead.
Fuck a bunch of rabbits and
Somewhere
shit.
dolphin is losing its shit.
Yeah. Somewhere there's a mouse that's like, let's destroy Earth earlier than we planned.
Vibrant culture. But somewhere along the line we lost sight of tomorrow.
Oh, what's
We
tomorrow?
reduced ourselves to animals. Focused
I don't know,
on
but
the
lunch won't be till
here
yesterday.
and now.
It's those millennials I blame. Even though they're like 10 generations past, probably. They're
I mean, they
teaching
are
them
the
the
ones.
new math, and they're working in groups to do everything. None of them are self-reliant, I tells you.
And they never learned joined up writing.
And they've never seen a good wrestling match. They think Kenny Omega's good. And the Young Bucks, sorry. Getting way inside baseball here.
Well, no, different sport.
Oh, Low Roar is now playing, so I guess. Oh, I think well, we might let this one run a few minutes long.
Roar.
No, that's a good ways away. And what do you want to bet that represents a zone where there's like 8 billion BTs?
8 million BTs. Thank you, 8 billion BTs, for saving my life. For costing me my life.
I do every time I say thank you, Sam.
I have noticed that.
Probably wasn't worth it, but thanks, Sam.
You kind of like that when you lose just this. I wonder if you got on your trailer if you would sled down it now because you're on such a incline or decline, I guess.
Well, I am kind of curious. Like, why couldn't I?
I guess.
No, I
now
don't
it's
appear to
got
be able to
stuff
ride
on
it when it
so
has
you can't-
cargo on
yeah.
it. But even when I was riding it, I couldn't get it to move forward.
I wonder if you have to lean your. I wonder if it's a thing where you have to move your controller axis, like tilt it, like you were surfing or something.
Oh, it could be. But like Jinxai and whichever Dynasty Warriors game where she's like surfing around on her shield and her Muso.
Well, I suppose I should be talking more rather than trying to listen to this. I hope you avoid a content match. Oh well, there
I
you go.
haven't
There's
had any
Titanfall
content matches
shelters
on this
already.
stuff. It would appear that these guys are kind of like, I don't know who this band is. It's either really similar sounding bands or they just got the same band on several of the soundtrack songs, but I'm thinking this is probably the biggest fame they've had as a band, not knocking them. Never heard of them before, and
I believe
they're probably
one, yeah. I don't know if it's Low
They're probably-
Roar or if it's another band in here, but there's definitely one that like got specific mention in an email that you got, where they were like, "Oh,
Yeah,
somebody hooked me
yeah.
up with music from Low Roar, and I've been really
no,
into it."
I think they're fine with their music, like their music popping up with as many YouTube videos associated with this as they can. Seems like a good place to save. As a matter of fact, we're now over 30, and I feel like we're probably about to jump into the challenge part of this mission.
Oh, this is gonna
plus
be
it's-
Ridius Challenge Dungeon.
It could be Ridius Challenge Dungeon. Veteran 2121 and I can't apparently talk anymore. So that's a good time to call it too. But when we come back next time, not 100% certain. It seems this might be the end of me and Bobo's session that we're doing right now. So prepare yourself for me by myself. I know it's not as much fun. There's less talk about, the difference between Sister A and Aisha. Although maybe not as much difference between that as there should be. But when we come back, I mean, you and me, Gentle Viewer, Boba will be in the Gentle Viewer category most likely. We will try to deliver some seeds to some place. Let's see what happens with that. Do a little moisture farming. Get a little blue milk next time.
Bye.